footage, we got Gachiakuta Episode 5 Raiders. I think this might be my favorite episode so far. What are y'all thinking, man? Early. I need a roll call. Let me know what you rate in this episode in the comments. Let me know what you thought, man. So we start off, we're having a welcome to the ground party for Rudo. Honestly, I don't even think most people in the room even know who Rudo is. We never got a scene where he's formally introduced to everyone, and we do see he is not even an official cleaner yet. We see my girl Rio eating, having a good time. Zanka pulls up. He doesn't look as excited about the situation, but something that I do like about the conversation between these two is that it just shows their personality. It feels like we see some character development between these two, and I like that. Based on the opening screen, these guys are going to be our main characters, you know, besides Rudo and Engine, so I do like seeing them interact together. They look like they're friendly and cool. They didn't really have any animosity or any weird vibes between them. Ryo's basically breaking down what happened with the trash piece, saying instead of Anima powering the trash beast, it was a vital instrument, which is weird. So the party's going on, and then we see our boy Rudo head down on the table, just depressed. This man is going through it because he can't get over the fact that he can't control his powers. He feels powerless. He's on some ish where, let me give y'all some insight. This guy, he watched his father get killed right in front of him and wasn't able to do anything about it before getting thrown to the ground. This happened maybe a week ago tops, right? Now he's finding himself in a situation where he has power. He finds out he has power, but when he tried to use the power, he don't even know how to do it. That probably makes him feel even more useless. But luckily, we learned Support God's name. How did I start calling him Support God? Listen, I couldn't even tell you myself. Why am I calling him that? But that's how he made me feel. Mr. Bare-handed Brawler, he don't need a weapon to fight a trash beast. We learned that his name is Grease Rubion. Or is it Gris? Like Chris, but instead of CH, it's G? Yeah, it's probably Gris, not Grease, but yeah, because Grease is like Grease. So Gris Rubion. And shout out Gris, man. I can tell that he kind of is an older type of dude. He has a different perspective on life, and he puts things in perspective for Rudo. Gives him a pick-me-up. He helps Rudo understand, like, bro, you weren't useless. You saved Follow, and Follow was the other member of support that was getting attacked by the trash beast that Rudo stepped in front of. Gris tells Rudo how Follow has no powers, but he's working on getting his own vital instrument, which is something that's pretty dope. You could become a giver, it seems, maybe if you pay attention to an item that is very close to you. The specifics behind that, I can't wait to find out, but it sounds dope. So Gris is saying, yo, even if Follow became a giver, he would still remain in support, because other people in the cleaners, they don't look at support the same way. They look at them as lesser because they don't have powers as givers. And I kind of like how there's this lore in the cleaners. Not everyone's buddy. We have division. So I wonder how that's gonna play out. Gris ends this pick-me-up session, this heart-to-heart, by telling Rudo, yo, what is it that you wanted to do before all of this? Think about that goal and try to put yourself back in that frame and move towards there. Then Engine pulls up, kind of also lifts him up, and Rudo looks and he sees all these new people that he's encountered and kind of befriended, and he decides to join the party and have a good time. Really like this first part of the episode. Great lore, great character development. I liked everything that I saw out of that. But let me tell you guys something. That ain't what this shit is about right now. Cause this episode heats up in a way where, in terms of like a battle anime, Shonen Gachiakuta might be the most fire this season. If you disagree, if you got any other candidates, please let me know, because I need to know. First things first, we see Dread Dude from last episode with the other little grunt dude, right? From last episode. Guess what? The grunt is just a grunt. We got all the information we needed out of you. The Dread Dude, boomed him. He's done. We'll never see him again. It's time to go on a new job. Zanka's leading it. Rudo is pulling up too, because a merchant claims to have information about a spherite. somebody else that got sent to the ground and lived. Seems pretty suspicious. Some of you decides like, yo, Rudo, go along, just in case you can find out any information to push you towards your goal. Keep in mind, Zanka's supposed to be training Rudo, but Zanka's like, yo, what the hell, man? I'm not supposed to start his training until he's an official cleaner. He's not official yet. But it ends up not even mattering because they all go out to this job and they see this merchant. And as soon as they see this merchant, and excuse me if I start talking a little crazy, start talking a little fast because things move fast in this show. As soon as they see this merchant, it's bad vibes, it's weird vibes. The whole time she looking crazy. She looking like, man, this is suspicious. What the hell's going on? Zanka's even picking up on this. He's commenting to himself like, yo, things have been getting a little weird around these parts lately. Rudo presses the merchant. He's like, yo, do you plan on selling this ferrite? The merchant's like, no. But hey, man, let's get to the point. The merchant leads them into a trap. She pushes them into this building saying like, yo, the beast is over there. The beast is over there. And when they get in the building, she points. She's like, this is ferrite. Rudo looks. He's like, yo, that's not even a real person. And then she just pushes them all as a group, and the ground collapses. It turns into mud, it collapses. Gris and support run the opposite way with Rudo because we have run into some raiders. I don't even remember if we got their names. That's something about the show right now. Does it even matter what people's names are? Because did they introduce themselves? I don't think they did. And raiders don't care about anything, man. They're just out for themselves. And Zanka thinks that these two, they want to sell the spherite, but they let it be known like, no, we don't want to sell the spherite. We want to extract information out the spherite. So there's Raider Guy and Raider Girl mentioned something about the border. Like, how did Rudo make it across the border without dying? And when she says that, Zanka is kind of confused, like the border, which is something that, look, I like when shows lace little information like this. I want to find out more about what's going on here with the border, because when Rudo fell down from the sphere to the ground, it was a crazy ass scene back in episode 1. It was just, the animation was wild, it looked crazy, so something happened there. Raider Girl and Raider Guy, they aren't too much of talkers, which I like out of my enemies. They start getting ready to kill Zanka. They're kind of flexing on him like, yeah, you cleaners might be used to fighting trash beasts, but you're not good against humanoid opponents. She is able to create mud clones with her vital instrument, which is like a little shovel thing. It looks crazy. She's making these mud clones. She looks like she's confusing Zanka. Zanka's on the defensive, but realistically, Zanka's analyzing the situation. Until out of one of the mud clones, Raider Guy pops out and he gives Zanka a little something. It's looking like a situation, and I'm feeling like it's a situation because the way it is like, damn, Zanka is probably truly only used to fighting trash beasts. How is he gonna handle this 2-on-1? But he never panics. He's able to stay calm, and he mentions to these two, I ain't bugging and I ain't tripping about y'all two because of my trust and faith in my vital instrument. And we go back, and when this happens and he's explaining how every day he talks to his staff, he feels it, he touches it, he experiments with it to the 10th power. It reminded me of what Engine said in terms of his skill with his vital instrument. We see that in full display because he's able to deduce what is going on with his enemy strategies very quickly. It seems like the Raider Guy, his vital instrument, he's wearing them on his feet. There's something like snowshoes, and he's able to balance on the mud, through the mud, whatever. They are a good team. That's the point. Zanka analyzes this and he just blitzes them, defeats them in one blow. And the way he did it is so fly. I love the action of this show. I love how these guys and girls, their eyes glow when they're using their giver powers. That's something that's just so fire. And the craziest part about this episode is when Zanka, as soon as he finishes them off, the two raiders, and he's kind of assessing the situation, Dread Raider dude pulls up on him from behind. Zanka's not even prepared. We just see the glow of this dreaded Raider's eyes, which means he's about to use his power. And I will say, when he did boom that other guy, we saw that he had like these claws. So it seems that his vital instrument is probably gonna have to do with that. And it looks pretty deadly. This could be a situation where it's kind of just a crazy cliffhanger. Zanka could probably easily turn around and make some distance. I feel like this dreaded Raider guy, he's gonna come face to face with Rudo. Maybe he incapacitates Zanka, and then Rudo and the support pull up, and then he has to fight Rudo. But yo, The show is getting good. The show is fire. Gachiakuta episode 5, man. Guys, let me know what you thought. If you made this far, roll call in the comments. Please let me know what you thought. Please let me know what you rate. Me personally, I gotta put this in A tier. Easily throw this in A tier. Until next episode, I cannot wait. Pain putters, let's keep putting in pain.